Hey everyone, this is Corinne Lafont, your favorite radio host, your only radio host, and favorite girl, of course, broadcasting to you from the lovely island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean on Between the Lines. And you know how I start my show off? Always the same way, so if you're bored, I'm not apologetic about it. I am so grateful to be here. I have an attitude of gratitude for everything. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to be surrounded by beautiful people like the lady you're seeing on the screen. It just speaks to the people that I attract. She's waving, and I'm just so thankful to be around to still share my thoughts and the thoughts of others around the world. Because, I interview people from all over the world who will share their wisdom, thoughts, experiences, their challenges, as well as their, how do you call that, overcoming situations, yes? How they overcame that, so that you too can learn from it. Even if we touch one life, by this interview, we have touched many, and I am thankful for that. Let me tell you what we're talking about today, people. We are talking about everything it means to be a girl. And look at that, there are two girls on this show. Everything it means to be a girl. And I have Christina Flack. Like I was joking with her a while ago. I said, you remind me of Roberta Flack, the name. She's just as beautiful. She's just as beautiful. And let me tell you a bit about Christina before I officially welcome her. So Christina is the CEO of Pretty Girl Makeup. Does it show on her? I mean, absolutely. She's a celebrity. She's a celebrity makeup artist, a board member of, how do you say that, Christina? LAFACE or LAFACE? LAFACE?
LAFACE, yes.
Yes, LAFACE Skincare, and a fashion commentator. She's also a sepsis awareness advocate, and we'll learn more about that, as well as a mom, divorcee, widow, and so much more. Christina grew up in Marin County, California. She spent her childhood riding horses, playing tennis, and playing with makeup. I mean, what else do you need? When she was when she was young, her mom was diagnosed with brain cancer. Her mom was a beautiful woman. I mean, can you tell? Look at the daughter she produced. But the cancer treatment left her feeling bad about her appearance, in addition to making her sick. Christina wanted to make her feel better in any way she could, so she'd do her makeup and her mom would look beautiful and feel a little bit more like herself again. Christina had 5 children with her first husband in 2006, not too long ago. Their 2 youngest were born a set of twins, Ben, and how do you pronounce the other name?
Beau.
Beau. On Christmas morning of that year, Christina found her son, of all the days, I mean, any day is just like a bad day. On Christmas morning of that year, Christina found her son, Beau, was unresponsive in his crib. He had died in his sleep. The loss was hard on the entire family, and although they remained true friends and considered each other family, it led to the divorce of Christina and her first husband. In 2010, Christina met a man she considers to be the love of her life, Ken Flack. She says you probably recognize his name if you follow tennis in the 90s. He was a champion on the doubles circuit. They had a whirlwind romance and started to build their life together. In 2018, which is not too long ago, people, Ken died of preventable disease due to sepsis. Since then, Christina dedicates herself to raising awareness about the symptoms of sepsis and the importance of seeking medical attention immediately and changing policies so patients can have better access to quick care in emergencies like the one her family faced. My word, Christina, welcome to Between the Lines.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me on your show. It's so nice.
Yes, and you still look beautiful amongst all of it. How do you do it?
I hire myself.
I like that. You hire yourself.
I hired myself this morning.
Oh my God. Oh my word. You would never think, you look at people, and you say, my gosh, you would love to have that life. Look at how beautiful she is. And you make your certain judgments on people and come to your own conclusion, not knowing what's behind that skin, the hair, the clothes, the makeup. You just don't know. You just watch people and assume that she's living it up. She's fine. She's doing great. But you really don't know.
No, it's so funny. People see this life, it's all an illusion. I mean, parts of it are real, but parts of it aren't, and parts of it are hard, sometimes. And I'm very blessed to have, 5 beautiful children, and amazing friends and family and work that I love and purpose that I have in my life, raising awareness for sepsis. After Ken passed, I felt it was something, I didn't really expect to be doing this, but the Sepsis Alliance had come to me after he had passed and asked if I would be willing to use his likeness and speak about, because of who he was. He was number 1 in the world and won a gold medal. He had quite a big following. So it's, I feel like it's my obligation to raise awareness for sepsis, to help others not feel the way I feel and the way that my children feel having lost their father. So I just think Ken and I had no idea about sepsis at all when he was ill. So he got sick with bronchitis, turned to pneumonia. We had called Kaiser Permanente out here in California, who are our doctors and medical insurance, and they have you call an advice nurse. So we did that. Ken had said, I've never felt worse. I had said the same thing. I was on the call with him, and I just said, he's got infection, and he needs to be seen. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't see him. They had another doctor call and prescribe. Dr. Culbertson prescribed cough medicine with codeine and an inhaler, but no antibiotic. So when you have that combination of, infection, and then you take a cough medicine with codeine that you don't really think is going to be that, you think it's going to help you sleep and rest and get better, actually does the exact opposite. Wow. What it does is it suppresses the breathing. It makes the infection grow at a rate that is unmanageable. It's like a fire that goes out of control. So within 12 hours after he had taken the cough medicine with codeine and the inhaler, he was so much worse and started spitting up blood. So I got him in the car and I rushed him to the nearby Kaiser Permanente Hospital in Marin County, California. And he, they brought him in. They put him on 3 different oxygens to try and get him to be able to breathe, reasonably. And he couldn't. So the doctors called me out and said, he's not doing well. He could die. And I'm like, well, no, that's not it.
Well, no.
So they said they were going to intubate him and clear out his lungs. So I thought that they were just putting him under. Little did I know that was life support, which they failed to mention, which really is infuriating. So, I said, that was the last time I spoke to my husband. That was the last time he spoke to me.
Wow.
Continued to speak to him when he was on life support. But it took over his body. It affected his organs. It shut them all down. His arms and legs became black. Whoa. I brought a specialist in. It was really horrible to witness. I brought in a specialist to figure out what we could do about the discoloration in his arms and legs. And they said, well, if he survives, we're going to have to amputate arms and legs.
Wow.
And I thought, that's completely unacceptable because, my husband lived to golf and
yes,
with his children and me and, drink a beer or whatever. He couldn't do any of that on his own. It was, not going to be good. So that happened on Thursday. We were at the hospital. And then by Monday, I took him off life support because there was no chance of him surviving at all.
Oh my God. How do you work through that? I mean, your first husband divorced, your second husband died, your son, one of the twins, gone. How do you, I'm looking at the resilience for women. How do you manage through all of that? Yes, you have support, you may have girlfriends and family, but it's you alone going into your house, dealing with the silence. How do you deal with all of that?
It's hard sometimes, I have to say. I pray, I meditate, I hike, I go to yoga, but I really try to come from a place of gratitude. And I'm grateful that I was married to Ken for those 8 years. And I'm grateful that I had Beau for 4.5 months.
Yeah.
And I feel that, I have other children that I need to be strong for and to set a good example for. So, and I also, they bring me so much joy and my work brings me so much joy. So I really try to just stay in that place of of gratitude, because there is so much to be grateful for in life. And yes, I've had horrific things happen to me. But you still, it's, my friends laugh because I always say that I don't know how to be sad. I mean, I do, and I am often, but it's like against how I feel to be sad and negative. So I really just try to stay in this positive place.
That's right.
Some days are easier than others, but I think that, I also feel like being able to do interviews like this with you, that I can help other people, which brings me joy to hear that other people like contact me after they see an interview and say that their husband or wife or child survived sepsis because they had heard an interview from me. So that really makes me happy to be able to do that.
Tell us, what are the signs? I mean, you have gone through dealing with sepsis with your late husband.
Yes.
If you were to tell someone what to look for, because that's what you're doing with the foundation as well. Correct. What to look for? What can we look for? Because it seems like a regular, like a flu, cold, regular type of thing, symptoms.
It is.
That is masked. That seems to be masking something deeper. What are the questions that we should be asking the doctor, or what should we be feeling, looking? I don't know. Tell me what we need to be looking for.
So typically, you either have a high fever or you feel very cold.
Mm-hmm.
You have an infection, which could be caused from, a cold or a dentist, or, being in the hospital. There's an infection. There's mental decline, where you just can't get out of bed. You just can't, you're not thinking clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just important to see these signs. You can also go to sepsis.org to read more about sepsis and the signs. But if you have any of these signs, and it's also, I tell people oftentimes, it's kind of like childbirth. You don't know how painful it is until you go through it. Ben had said before he went, under for the, life support, that he felt like he was dying, and he wasn't kidding. Like it's like a cold that you didn't know exists. It's like a pain you don't know exists. So if you're feeling any of these things, it's just so important to go to an emergency or your doctor and ask or demand a blood test, because that blood test will determine whether you're septic or not. And if you are, they can get you on an antibiotic and you'll survive, and it won't affect your organs. But if it goes too far, and that's what I warn people about, everyone's always like, oh, I'll go to the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah.
There aren't tomorrows with sepsis. It's today. And you really have to just be aware of that and listen to your body. And if the doctors are like, no, you only have one sign or whatever, no, just do the test. And I had that happen with a woman I know in California. The doctor's like, no, he's not septic. And she goes, look, just do the blood test. And he did, and he was. And he's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I said that he wasn't septic, and he was septic.
So he was far gone.
He wasn't as far gone. They got him on an antibiotic, and he's fine now. So it's really, really great. I met this woman last year in Palm Desert at the Indian Wells Golf tennis tournament. They've now, the ATP, the Tennis Association for the Professional Tennis Players, started a Ken Flat golf tournament at the Indian Wells tennis tournament. So it's really nice that Ken had shot a 65 the year before he passed. And so they were kind enough to honor him with this golf tournament, which Ken has really been happy about.
Yeah, I mean, we really take our health for granted, and we think that, oh, we'll go tomorrow, oh, it's nothing, it's just a whatever, and we reference what we have gone through before and think we can overcome that, and we don't know, it could be building. It could have been building and remain dormant and then build back up again stronger than ever, and here we are in a more critical situation.
Correct.
I think I noticed that the organization's website is sepsis.org, is it?
Sepsis.org, correct.
Let's see if I can hop across there.
And they can download, the symptoms, and they can read about, more in depth about sepsis. And it's just, these kind of interviews are just helpful for people to start dialogue, which I really am hopeful that people will hear this, and they'll be at a dinner or lunch or, at a meeting and just say, hey, did you hear about, are you aware of sepsis? And just these, one or two people tell one or two people, and it just kind of spreads, and it's a positive thing that's being spread, helping
That's
others
right.
with this.
Well, it's all about creating awareness. It's all about letting people know, and whatever little part that you can play, that's
Exactly.
that's what you need to do. And I'm glad to have you on the show to be able to spread the word, because people may be walking around with things and they just don't know, you
No,
know?
they don't. And how would they know? I mean,
No.
Ken and I were unaware of sepsis before he was diagnosed with it. We had no idea what it was. I mean, we might have heard about it, but we didn't know what it was. Obviously, if I had known, seen the signs,
Yeah.
But Kaiser, this is the problem with a company like Kaiser Permanente. They reward their doctors for not seeing patients.
Come again? How could you reward your doctors for not seeing patients? Aren't you?
Testing, because the world lost an amazing human being and an amazing father and husband and friend, Ken, and because they refused to see him, they didn't. They just thought that they could diagnose, and the fact that they were so not giving an antibiotic when the doctor was told repeatedly that he had green in his nose and his coming out his throat, and
Oh my.
they failed every which way they could have. They failed not seeing him. They failed when I did get him to the emergency. They did not give him the antibiotic in time. They waited over 3.5 hours. And there's a golden window of time that if you're diagnosed and you get the antibiotic, you'll survive. And they failed with that. So I really would love to see change in the medical system here in the United States, because not seeing patients, there's going to be more and more loss of human life. And I pray that doesn't happen. So I really want doctors to do things the old-fashioned way and see their
yeah, the old-fashioned way.
You'll see that people can be on the phone and they don't see how their eyes look or check their pulse. You cannot be doctoring people over the phone.
No. Oh my goodness. So did you have any recourse with Kaiser Permanente as a result of the loss of your husband?
I have a lawsuit currently with Kaiser.
Very good.
Lawsuit, because this has to end, and I feel like my husband would make jokes about, I'm Russian, and my husband would always make jokes that don't get me upset because I'll get on my broomstick and watch out what happens. So I'm on my broomstick right now.
But you look good on your broomstick. You look really nice. You look good. You look good. Once you're looking good on the broomstick, you don't have to worry. I want to hop across to the sepsis.org website, just a feature, so that people can know that they are there. Let me make sure. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing here. 1 second.
No worries. Take your time.
Let me hop across and then I'll jump to your website. I like to feature these sites so that, people can make sure that they land up in the right place.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect.
Yes.
Scroll down to the bottom. It'll show. Keep going down. Keep going. It'll show. Here it is. It's about time right here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So to the far right there, it says about time that, the temperature, infection, mental decline.
Okay, so these are the things to look for: temperature, infection, mental decline.
I feel like I might die.
I feel like I might die. Everybody feels like that. So if you feel like that, then go. I feel like I might die. Severe pain or discomfort. Yeah, that's understandable. Recognizing the signs. This is cool. This is a nice little infographic.
It really is.
It's
really direct, short, and it gets to the point.
And time is a great acronym: temperature, infection, mental decline, and extremely ill. Very good. So if anybody wants to know more about it, please check out sepsis.org. And let me hop across to Pretty Girl Makeup. Are you seeing that?
I see that.
You're not seeing it? Are you seeing it? Let me see.
I am. I see it.
Yes, you see it. Is that you here?
That's me. Very well lit and made up.
Don't you worry. You look just as beautiful. You look just as beautiful. It's you. You look stunning. You look stunning. Did you use your own makeup, I'm sure?
I used, my makeup artist is Amanda, and she's amazing, and she did use some of my products. Yes.
Yes, wonderful. I think I read in your bio about the way you started it. You were out hanging with your friends on the beach, and tell us that quick story, how you started Pretty Girl Makeup.
So I was a makeup artist, and I was on holiday with my children and some friends, and one of my friends, I was like finally at the point where my children were swimming on their own and I didn't have to be in the pool, and we were just seated by the pool, drinking iced tea or maybe a pina colada and reading our magazines and chatting. And my friend she was a German model, and she's really funny. And she said, "Honey, look at us. We're pretty girls." And I said, "What does that mean?" And she said, "Oh, no one knows we're mommies for a minute. Just being pretty." And I just started laughing. And I said, "That's a great name for a company." So I ran in and called my lawyer, and I said, "Can you patent this or something? Has anyone used it?" And so that's how I came up with the name. And so I worked with a chemist, creating the formulation and the colors for my lip gloss and lip plumper. And then I was really lucky. My banker introduced me to a beauty editor at San Francisco Chronicle, and she did a little article on me. And then I got a hold of a publicist named Yvette Masterson, saw the article in the newspaper, and she said, "I'd like to represent you in your product." And she did, and got me into all these magazines. And then I got an agent, and I started, doing photo shoots and working with different companies and different celebrities. And it just kind of took off from there. I've been really blessed with, the different companies and people that I get to meet. I was in LA last week, working for Fox with Isaiah Washington. We're doing a TV show. I'm going back next week to finish it up. And, I love what I do. I get to meet wonderful people and work in different settings and, create with a team, beautiful, interesting, segments on TV or, for a photo shoot. So it's really a fulfilling job. I love it so much.
Now, you're dealing in the beauty industry, and there are a lot of persons who will be watching this. And one of the points I want to bring out is that people feel beauty, you look in the magazines and you look at all of that, and they don't consider themselves beautiful. And let's say somebody come to you. What would somebody like you do to bring out, to let them know that they are beautiful from the inside out? It's not a matter of just covering, putting on a mask, and then taking it off and you're back to your old self. It's to be able to know within yourself that you are beautiful with or without makeup. How can you as a person in the beauty industry help them?
So I think that a lot of my job is not just to make people look and feel beautiful, it's to make them feel beautiful. So oftentimes I will get an athlete or a celebrity or, a model or a bride in my makeup chair. And honestly, the first thing I have to do is to make sure that they're happy and in a good mood, because once they're in a good mood and feeling great about themselves, they're going to photograph better, and they're going to be able to speak better because they're not self-conscious and feeling bad. So it's really important that I make people feel good as well as look good. Mm-hmm. And, oftentimes some clients are going to want to speak and chat. And then I also have to know when to kind of keep it quiet and zip it when there's a client that just needs some quiet time. Mm-hmm. So that's part of kind of my gift, is to figure out very quickly what each particular person needs and wants to feel, to be peaking physically and emotionally when they go on to an interview or, getting photographed.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are walking around with insecurities. A lot of people are walking around with insecurities. Their skin is this way, and especially for Black people like myself, we come in all different shades,
right?
from very dark to even as light as you are, and we are Black, and we are very conscious about ourselves. Do you have a variety of clients, meaning like Asian, Blacks, Hispanics, that type of thing?
Absolutely. I have a lot of Black clients. I mean, I have every color. I don't really look at people as black, white, yellow. I just look at them as people.
Yeah.
And, whatever color skin they have, is what I deal with. And I deal with a lot of black skin. That TV show that I'm working on, the host is black. And, it doesn't matter to me what people's skin is. I just need to make them look and feel the best they can feel for their particular need.
Yeah. I'm looking for a video that I saw when I was on your website previously. Help me to get to that video where you were talking about yourself and you were making up someone. Where is that?
It might be on, let's see, press or about.
Was it on the about? I'm on the about and I'm not seeing it.
Pretty Girl News, maybe?
Pretty Girl News. Let's see. Could be because I think that's the only one I didn't click. I'm trying to. No, I was there.
Scroll down, maybe?
No, it wasn't so far.
Or was it on ChristinaFlack.com, perhaps?
Maybe. Christina Flack. Maybe. Let's have a look. There was a video. No, why am I not seeing the video? And I said I would feature it when I. No, it's not here.
If you click on that, it might be a video area.
Click on which one?
Up in the upper right-hand corner where it says work. Or left, yeah, go down. Maybe there's some video down there.
I don't think so. There was a lovely video of you and I wanted to feature that. Let me go back. Let me go back a second. There was a lovely video and I said, oh my gosh, I just love that video that I wanted to feature of you. Let's see. I don't think it will be on the book services. No. Was it the makeup quiz? No, it wasn't this. My word, why am I not finding that video of you?
Let's see, is it on blog?
I didn't check blog. I think it's around here. Yes. I think I clicked on this. Did I? What did I do? What did I do? But I'm getting closer to it. Don't worry. Here it is. Here it is. Goody goody. Because I wanted to feature this video.
Oh, thank you.
I love making my clients look and feel like the best version of themselves. I want them to feel happy and confident and beautiful on their special day. Being a part of someone's wedding or red carpet event is really, truly an honor that I've been chosen to work with clients. So it's really important to me that when they leave my chair, they look and feel absolutely wonderful on the inside as they do on the outside. I really love what I do, and I think it shows in my work. I'm the creator and CEO of Pretty Girl Makeup. I also go on site and do commercial work. I teach makeup classes, anywhere from women that want a new updated look or teenagers that are just starting to wear makeup and aren't quite sure which colors are appropriate or how much is appropriate. It's a wonderful gift that a family can give to their daughter. I am available 7 days a week, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Please give me a call or check out my website, ChristinaFlack.com.
Lovely. I'm going to leave that page up so that people can see our information. Yes?
Thank you.
So if persons, you can order online. I saw a shop here. So could you order online?
Yes, you can. PrettyGirlMakeup.com. You can order all my products.
You know, somebody like me who don't like makeup and who don't wear makeup and who don't know how to do makeup, I like how you have classes. Do you offer online classes as well?
I haven't offered online classes, but I absolutely could. That's a great idea. I think I might have to add that to my list.
Yeah, you should, so that you can show people live. Yeah, you can show people live and you can show them probably in online courses how to do their own makeup. And especially people who are on the go like me who don't like to spend time in front of a mirror. You just want a quick, natural look, something easy and simple. Just go. And what you should pack in a bag, like the must have. So like you're from a daytime during the work and you want to shift to an evening, an evening look, how you can translate that.
I teach people, basic things that they need to have in their makeup kit. I tell people to bring their makeup, you know, to me, so we can go through it and see what they need, what they don't need, what they need to get rid of, and what they need to add. So they just have what they need. It drives me crazy when I see that people go to these makeup stores and get talked into buying all these products that they don't and will never use, and that don't even go with their lifestyle or their skin.
Yes.
So it's just so wasteful to me. So I really try to guide my clients to getting just products that they need and not things that are just in style this season.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, us in the Caribbean, we have one type of weather. It's either rain or sun. It's not like you guys having all the different summer, winter.
Right.
So we have one type of weather. We call it one type. But, you know, we don't have to go through all the different types of weathers like you guys. So I guess our makeup can remain consistent. What we will change with is probably where we go, how we dress, how we want to feel, how we want to look. You know, that's the kind of thing we would be thinking about, I suppose, in terms of makeup. Yeah, but this is great, Christina. I applaud you for the work that you're doing, and you know, I like this haircut, like I mentioned to you off air.
Very old photo.
But you don't look old. You look the same, and it looks beautiful. But I have a short haircut, so I love short hair.
Thank you.
I used to have longer hair, and boy, am I not going in the hairdresser's seat anymore. No way, no how.
Yeah.
I just love short hair. But this is great. I applaud you for the work that you have been doing. I applaud you for the woman that you have become through all the challenges. And, you know, I applaud you for being such a great mom to your kids and the people that you're bringing out the beauty from within and helping them to see that they're not only beautiful inside, but they're beautiful outside.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being on Between the Lines and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge, and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely speaking with you. Have a beautiful day.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.